for 20.
Applebee's 2 for 20. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
It's 6 a.m. 40 million Americans are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory in Boston, 1,200 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Today, we're bringing you America's #1 shave at lower prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions of Americans. As one of those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality for less, because nobody can beat the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Posting hashtag yeehaw.
Hashtag I have no signal and I still can't post out here.
Whoa, look out, coming through.
Hey, Thomas.
Howdy there, Joy. See, Joy's got the new iPhone with Verizon Unlimited.
I bet I do. Best phone, best network.
America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. She can post out here like she does in the city.
Hey, 12 likes. What?
Likes won't get you diddly around these parts. Yeah!
When you really, really want the best, get the new iPhone on the Best Unlimited with plans starting at $40 per line for 4 lines.
What can you do with 2 bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches for $5 from Dunkin'? Settle a debt, make a friend, save the day, or keep them both for this handsome devil. With 2 bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches for $5, the future is in your hands. America runs on Dunkin'.
At Coors, we lager, filter, and package cold for a cleaner, crisper taste. Because every climb deserves a refreshing finish. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
At least 5 years. We talked about this. Get it done. What do you think about 50 Z right, Z Dino repump? Hey, hold on. Girly girl. Hey, we're up here working. And you know me, hold the night shades. Good luck with that.
I got hustle, though ambition flow inside my DNA.
Bigger doesn't mean stronger. Don't be defined by a weight class. Bring the heat. Pack a punch. Come back for more. Like a charge. Like lightning in a bottle. Mighty like a pro. The all-new Terrain, the compact SUV from GMC. We are professional grade.
College mascots. When it comes to hyping up football fans, nobody does it better.
Threw the ball to Todd Gurley for the touch. Is that something you put in specifically for the Dallas Cowboys, or was that just in your offense for another game for weeks before?
We hadn't talked about it weeks before. Really just put it in this week, and liked it against what they did, and got the rest for us time and talk on a great route.
Can I ask you about Todd Gurley in the passing game? As you look at the stats for the Los Angeles Rams.
All right, we're losing the reception just a little bit, but of course we want to thank Jared Goff for joining us.
The Rams have the Seahawks on Sunday. And we will continue here Monday Night Countdown from Arrowhead in Kansas City. Stay with us.
A truck just drove off with your money, and it isn't coming back. Fleet owners are dumping cash along America's highways by operating trucks with all kinds of hidden costs. But what if there's a way to stop losing money? A way to get some of the highest uptime in the industry with expert technicians, a nationwide service network, and leasing solutions that give you dedicated drivers if you need them. Stop throwing money away. Build the lease that's right for you at Ryder.com.
Discover the power of new Dove Men Plus Care Elements with minerals and sage. Get a boost of freshness with new Dove Men Plus Care Elements Body Wash.
Bush. It has the same great taste it's always had. Even the same sound. Bush.
I've seen them all. Big, small, wide, slim, but never two exactly the same. Which is why at Men's Warehouse, we create the perfect fit. Because no matter what size your label says, it's time to like the way you look.
We've been married for a year and a half now. If I had a nightmare, he's gonna be there to protect me. If he wasn't there, I would still be in the middle of the maze screaming.
We stuck together because that's what we do.
When something's wrong with your car, it's tough to know which parts to blame. So take your car to someone who's trained to fix and replace virtually all of them.
You may just know us for transmissions, but at AMCO, we repair everything from brakes and shocks to the toughest engine problem. So when you put it all together, nobody beats AMCO.
AA, MCO.
Check engine light on? We'll check it for free.
Monday Night Countdown. Served by Applebee.
After tonight's Redskins-Chiefs game, stay tuned for SportsCenter at Night with Scott Van Pelt for all the post-game reaction, plus baseball's wildcard previews, Scott's best thing he saw today, and his one big thing, SportsCenter at Night, also streaming live on the ESPN app. Time now for the fantasy impact from Sunday's action. Here's Matthew Berry.
Thanks, Susie. And guess what, America? Cam Newton is back, baby. Possibly, maybe he could be back-ish. He's back adjacent, right? Cam Newton entered Week 4 with 33.2 fantasy points on the season combined. He's basically quarterback 26, and yet against the Patriots on Sunday, 33 fantasy points. He basically doubled his season output. Newton now quarterback 12 on the year. And as good as Cam Newton looked on Sunday, well, every quarterback has looked good against the Patriots so far this year. Patriots have allowed quarterbacks an average of 26.5 fantasy points per game in their first 4 games. That is most in the NFL. Alex Smith, Drew Brees, and now Cam Newton were all top 3 fantasy quarterbacks in the week they faced Bill Belichick's no longer vaunted defense. Sunday was a big road win, but the Panthers now play 3 of their next 4 on the road, including Sunday at Detroit against a tough Lions defense. I need to see more from Newton to get back on the bandwagon, and his schedule doesn't suggest more like Sunday is to come. I'm keeping Newton on my bench for now, while I'll play absolutely any offensive player who is lucky enough to face the Patriots. Susie, back to you.
Thank you, Matthew. And it's time now for the Insiders Huddle. Wish you guys were here. Adam, Mort, and Louis Riddick. And we know that everyone here is going to be interested in this breaking news. Adam, what more can you tell us about the latest on Derek Carr?
Susie, moments ago, the Raiders head coach Jack Del Rio, that Carr could miss that game against Kansas City, but the Raiders will see how he's coming along.
And even though post-game last night, Del Rio said that he'll be fine, it's just back spasms, Derek Carr actually sounded a little dubious when he was relayed that message from the media on that one. And when the reason why is he actually has a fracture in his transverse process. There's no threat to his spinal cord. That often causes back spasms, and that's why you get this wide range of 2 to 6 weeks. See if the pain calms down, see if the spasms calm down, see if it's on the low end of it, but you don't know until, I'd say, at least 2 weeks.
And I tell you what, spinning this forward, it's time for the Raiders really to get back to who they are offensively, which is really leaning on that offensive line, Susie. Those guys have to pick it up again. They've been stonewalled the past 2 weeks. The running game has been absolutely non-existent. They need that part of their football team to really pick it up and help E.J. Manuel so they don't fall into a hole while Derek is on the mend here. Because this season could get away from them if the offensive line doesn't assert its dominance like it was doing last year and early in this season.
Before I let you guys go, last year at the end of the season, we experienced firsthand the backup situation in Oakland. Just fill us in on what that is now.
Now is a different situation because now E.J. Manuel is capable of stepping in and being the backup quarterback there. He starts and takes the place of Derek Carr. They believe that they're better positioned with E.J. Manuel stepping in there. They think he's improved. We'll find out whether that's the case on Sunday against the reeling Ravens team.
Okay, guys, we'll be back to you later for other injuries around the NFL. Right now, let's bring in the rest of the guys and your reaction to this news, Steve.
Well, I mean, the Raiders have struggled. They fired Billy Musgrave. They were a top 10 offense last year. They've been a not top 10 offense beginning of this year, and so they've struggled trying to make that transition. And now they lose their quarterback, so you've got to wonder, when do they hit their stride? Because now it's another month away. Now it gets into Thanksgiving. This is a team that's supposed to dominate in the AFC. Now looking like they're going to be chasing a couple other teams in the AFC.
I don't really think it's all about chasing. I really think it's where do they go from here. When you look at a young offensive coordinator and Todd Downing, he's energetic. You know, he shows a lot of passion on the sideline. But for me, they just talked about on the Insiders about the offensive line. That's a veteran offensive line with a veteran running back in Marshawn Lynch. So I don't really think they need to put a lot on E.J. Manuel. We have a little dropsies out there with Cooper. Crabtree's not healthy. So I really think they really need to lean on the offensive line and Marshawn Lynch now.
Well, for me, this is just bad news for a team that hasn't really been playing well the last couple of weeks. You got to lean on the backup. Last year, as you said, Susie, we saw the backup situation, but it should be different this year with E.J. Manuel coming in. They got 2 games coming up, with the Chiefs, and then also I think it was the Chargers, which are teams that aren't going to threaten them, so to speak. But they got the Chiefs coming up in 3 weeks, and they got to play this Chiefs team without Derek Carr. Yeah. You hear the crowd. Look, well, they know what it means.
Well, like you said, they learned the hard way in the playoffs last year, not having a backup quarterback that they felt they could win games with. I think that changed this offseason. I think they do believe in E.J. Manuel, but they want Derek Carr back, obviously. This is an injury. I've played with guys who had this injury, quarterbacks who've had this injury. That quarterback that I played with, I believe, came back in about 2 to 3 weeks. So we'll see how it goes with Derek Carr. But
Tony Romo is one of those guys.
This is like a broken rib feel to it, I would say.
Everybody's going to have to step up. And by the way, these are good folks out here. Never want to see anybody get hurt, whether it's the division or not. Right?
These people wild, son.
Yeah. Right? I think it's time for our next course. And everybody knows in Kansas City that the best place to eat on game day is in the parking lot.
I agree.
Is that true?
I agree.
Finger licking.
Jerry, Terry, can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Susie.
So what? We already had first course.
We had first course.
Yeah. What is this? What is second course?
So what you've got now is you've got St. Louis ribs basted in an apple harvest barbecue sauce. You've got quartered chickens that are basted out in the grilling sauce and finished off on the grill over here. And then finally you've got a turkey breast that's deep fried, sliced thin, and drizzled with sauce.
It looks like the guys are really enjoying this.
Welcome to the kingdom.
We really can't do any more
Randy,
analysis.
You dress him up and you can't take him out. He's got it all over his suit.
Everybody's mouths are full. There's going to be sauce on the suit.
You got it all over your
mouth full, Susie. Oh my gosh. It's not just about the food out here too, it's about the music. The whole scene is just so much fun outside of Arrowhead.
Food is good.
Applebee's 2 for $20. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
At Coors, cold counts. That's why we lager, filter, and package cold for a cleaner, crisper taste. Because our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Light. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
Posting hashtag yeehaw. Hashtag I have no signal and I still can't post out here.
Whoa, look out, coming through.
Hey, Thomas.
Howdy there, Joy. See, Joy's got the new iPhone with Verizon Unlimited.
I bet I do. Best phone, best network.
America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. She can post out here like she does in the city.
Hey, 12 likes. What?
Likes won't get you diddly around these parts. Yeah!
When you really want the best, get the new iPhone on the Best Unlimited with plans starting at $40 per line for 4 lines.
Bigger doesn't mean stronger. Don't be defined by a weight class. Bring the heat. Pack a punch. Come back for more. Like a charge. Like lightning in a bottle. Mighty like a pro. The all-new Terrain, the compact SUV from GMC. We are professional grade.
Introducing
the never-before-seen next level of innovation. Redesigned, reimagined, reborn, new, used, certified pre-owned. Ford, Toyota, Subaru, Volkswagen, Honda, GMC, featuring backup camera, EcoBoost, all-wheel drive, low miles, park assist, sport mode, for wherever you dream of going. For drivers everywhere, for the ride of your life, for the driven. Shop all the cars, all in one place. Auto Trader. If you can't find your next car here, you won't find it anywhere.
Brian, I just need to know if the customer app will be live Monday.
Can we at least analyze customer traffic?
Can we push the offer online?
Brian, I just had a quick question. Brian.
Legacy technology can handcuff any company. But yes is here.
You're saying the new app will go live Monday?
Yeah. With help from HP, we can finally work the way we want to.
With the right mix of hybrid IT, everything computes.
That's former All-Pro linebacker Clay Matthews Jr., also known as Dad. We Matthews know a thing or two about football. With PlayStation Vue, they can watch live football on up to 5 devices at the same time. Nice.
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 Nice. Nice.
Great.
Stay connected with football all season long, no matter where you are.
Watch live football with PlayStation Vue. Start your free trial today.
PlayStation.
Hey, babe. Senecoot. Hey, what's this?
Senecot is a laxative. Sometimes I get constipated.
Really?
Yeah, I like Senecot. Uses a natural vegetable laxative ingredient. That matters to me. And it usually works overnight.
Senecot, because ingredients matter.
If the cash is crumpled, is it still straight cash?
I just wanted to hear it from you.
Crumple cash, straight cash, whatever. It's still gonna spin.
You still call it straight cash?
I don't have any on me, homie.
Film Room is brought to you by Verizon, the best network and the best unlimited.
I've got a office space here at Redskins Park, although office space is probably a poor description of what it is. It's really just a small little coffee break area with no door on it that I call the QB nook.
Kirk, he's been adding a lot of different things in his office. He has his Bowls music in there. I'm pretty sure he may put a couple posters or whatever in there to keep him at peace.
I've got a whiteboard, a little laptop, a monitor, and that's about all I need. We're talking about putting saloon doors on there to have a little bit of privacy, but so far no doors.
If you know Cousins, that makes total sense. He was one of Sunday's best in Week 3. Here are some from yesterday. Cam Newton had 3 touchdown passes and a rushing touchdown in a game for the 6th time, tied for the most in NFL history. Good to see Cam getting back on track. The Rams have scored 142 points under Sean McVay, the 3rd most for any head coach in their first 4 career games since the 1970 merger. LA leads the NFL with more than 35 points per game this season. And Deshaun Watson became the only rookie in NFL history with 7 touchdown passes and 2 rushing touchdowns in his team's first 4 games as the Texans scored a franchise record 57 points against the Titans. And guys, I just have to point out that if you want the crowd to be on your side,
here's the new favorite.
This around your neck.
The cheap thrill. Good job, Suze.
All right, with our quarterbacks, let's stay on some of these great quarterback performances. Take us into the Verizon film room of what Deshaun Watson is doing so well.
I was so impressed with Deshaun Watson, just the poise that he showed yesterday. Obviously, they're going to take shots downfield. They're going to go hard play action. They're going to look for those plays, DeAndre Hopkins and those guys. Here we go. We got hard play action. We got, is it a reverse? 2 guys downfield. What does he do? He doesn't force it, Steve. What do you say? Check down. Find your check down. It helps when the defense blows the coverage and forgets your check down. He hits the check down. Later in the red zone, again, hard play action. What am I going to do? I'm going to hit a slant. Is it open in the first window? No sweat. I'm going to go second window. Like a pro, like a vet. Nails it. And this is something he did in college. Empty formation. Finding the matchup he likes one-on-one. Inside fade with perfect accuracy. Can't do it any better than that.
You know, and Matt, he's doing it with his arm and his legs. I mean, as a young player, what you really need is space to grow, and he's creating that space with his legs. And what I love about what he does is when he starts to run, eyes never go below the horizon. That's what tells me everyone's a dual threat players can't be great quarterbacks. They can, as long as their eyes always stay above the horizon. As a young player, that's one of the things I look for, and he's doing a great job of it.
And how about a couple of quarterbacks who really got back on track, Matt? Start with Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton, left for dead after 2 weeks. They fired his offensive coordinator. Bill Lazor takes over as offensive coordinator. His quarterback coach said, hey, guess what? We're going to get A.J. Green involved. We're going to get Joe Mixon involved. We're going to do things. We're going to run screens to help out our offensive line. They got robbed a little bit in Green Bay. They had a chance. They won a huge one last week. 31 points they scored. They got to score 20 points every week to win.
Steve, what about Jameis Winston?
Jameis is I really love him as a player. He's a guy very educated. He wants to be in the depths of it. He's kind of Tony Romo-like. He wants every detail. But he's also a gunslinger. He can take 2 chances that I don't think his arm can deliver all the times. It's not that he can. And so, to me, yesterday, he was a little more of a breakout week. And especially in September, we talk about it being the preseason. He's coming along. I really do like Jameis Winston as long as he's not wild. Too wild out on the field.
As long as he just plays smart.
He'd be a little wild.
He's makes it fun,
too smart in a way.
Sometimes, right, exactly. All right, as we move on, we know now each week Matt introduces us to an unsung hero, somebody behind the scenes who really makes the team go. So today, it's the Chiefs' longtime equipment manager, Alan Wright, as we go behind the teams.
I just want to give a big thanks to Alan Wright and the entire equipment staff for everything they do, not only on game day, but every single day here to make our job easy and allow us to focus on football.
I showed up in 1997, young pup,
And I remember seeing Alan Wright had this big feathered haircut like Patrick Swayze from Dirty Dancing. It goes more than just, you know, equipment, handing out shoulder pads and thigh pads. It's a relationship that I've developed over the years with Alan.
He has our mind focused right on the game. Equipment is fresh to death always, so I appreciate it, Alan.
All right, hey everybody, I'm here with Alan Wright, head equipment guy for the Kansas City Chiefs. Alan, thanks for letting me in. This is all access here, buddy.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Glad to have you here.
I noticed this board. When I would come into the locker room, I'd always go right to this board and I'd take a picture of it because that way you know what time you're out. Who's the coach that runs around the locker room and says, returners, 2 minutes? Who's that?
It's Eric Bieniemy, and he does an excellent job. He has the lungs for it.
Heck yeah. I was a huge Eric Bieniemy fan. Colorado, right?
Our whole staff is Eric Bieniemy fans because he is tremendous.
That's great. So here we are in the locker room. We're in front of Alex Smith's locker. Is there a way you decide to set these up? Is it strategic in the locker room?
It sort of is. It's offense and defense and on one end and the other, and then we try to keep the positions together so that if they study together or they spend time together, they seem to kind of...
Okay. Can you take me around here a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
This is the magic happens right here?
This is the equipment room. So this is kind of where I stay out of harm's way.
You got a nice little helmet collection.
Yeah, I got a nice collection.
Let's see if I can guess. I got Marcus Allen.
Yes, sir. What's the safety for the Broncos? Steve Atwater.
And these are their real helmets?
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
That's Joe Montana. That's Joe, and that's Marcus. Yeah, one thing about us, you know.
I mean, he didn't just sign this either. It's like a novel he's writing to you.
Yeah,
I mean, a love letter. Is this a Joe Montana helmet?
It is a Joe Montana helmet, actually.
Put some dust on it. This was my favorite thing in high school. Right here. A belt towel, a quarterback towel?
Even that. There's certain guys that like different towels. If you walk out there right now and you go to Alex Smith's locker, he likes towels that are made of the old material. That's more of a terry cloth material.
Like that side.
Yep, that's exactly right. So we put the old towels in Alex's locker. Just another way of detailing
I'm
up.
glad I'm not the only guy that's high maintenance. Can you call my equipment guys and tell them I'm not the only one that's high maintenance?
Trust me, quarterbacks are all alike.
Oh, Alex Smith. How much longer can we expect Smith to wear Chiefs red? Well, speculation started swirling as soon as the team traded up for Patrick Mahomes. But what Smith and Andy Reid told us is really contrary to most reports. We are anxious to share that with you in just a bit. Right now, the fans love him. And you know what? Never take for granted how great it is to be able to go to an NFL game, especially here. And then you're never going to forget when it's your first experience. How cute is that? Fans of Kansas City love their Chiefs and
what is that he's wearing? There's a conflict in the back of the end zone. Travis Kelce gets up and says, hey, I was interfered with. He pulled me right. Referee says, hey, forget it. Don't worry. Hey, he said what?
That's a flag.
He said what? There's a flag. You think that flag? How about this flag? Take that flag back to you. I have another flag. How about the helmet?
Come on, man.
Andy Reid, and then this guy's in the stands. Watch Andy Reid.
A little box out.
Box out, he knocks him right out of him.
Come on, man.
Watch this, he scrambles, he's looking for receivers. 1, 2, 3, 4 yards past the line, Simmons throws it, it's complete. Alex, you can't do that. Come on, man.
The Badgers go up 13-0. What are they setting up? It looks like bowling pins. Yep, it's a strike. Come on, man.
Stay tuned for Come On Man, brought to you by Geico.
The #1 rated Ego Power Plus blower. It produces 530 cubic feet of air per minute, delivers superior loosening power, and runs for an hour on a single charge. Exclusively at the Home Depot and Ego authorized dealers.
DirecTV has been rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable for 17 years running. But some people still like cable, just like some people like banging their head on a low ceiling, drinking spoiled milk, camping in poison ivy, getting a paper cut, and having their arm trapped in a vending machine. But for everyone else, there's DirecTV. For #1 rated customer satisfaction over cable, switch to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Every time 4 o'clock is close enough to 5, a Corona gets its line. Every time vacation mode doesn't need to wait for a vacation day. a Corona gets its lime. Every time the band goes on, and every time you take it all in. Or every time you say, wow, a Corona gets its lime. And every time you take those off, and you decide it's time to turn off, a Corona gets its lime.
Think you've seen it all?
How do they do this?
Well, you ain't seen
Jack.
That was no part of the plan.
Complete your collection on Blu-ray tomorrow.
Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Tape, the super strong waterproof tape that can instantly patch, bond, seal, and repair. Flex Tape is no ordinary tape. Its triple thick adhesive virtually welds itself to the surface, instantly stopping the toughest leaks. Leaky pipes can cause major damage, but Flex Tape grips on tight and bonds instantly. Plus, Flex Tape's powerful adhesive is so strong, it even works underwater. Now you can repair leaks in pools and spas without draining them. Flex Tape is perfect for marine, campers, and RVs. Flex Tape is super strong, and once it's on, it holds on tight. And for emergency auto repair, Flex Tape keeps its grip, even in the toughest conditions. Big storms can cause big damage, but Flex Tape comes super wide, so you can easily patch large holes. To show you the power of Flex Tape, I sawed this boat in half and repaired it with only Flex Tape. Not only does Flex Tape's powerful adhesive hold the boat together, but it creates a super strong watertight seal, so the inside is completely dry. Yeah, doggy! Just cut, peel, stick, and seal. Imagine everything you can do with the power of Flex Tape. You get a large roll of Flex Tape for just $19.99. Plus, we'll include a handy can of Flex Seal, Flex Shot, or Flex Seal Liquid. Call now.
To order, call 1-800-445-0344. That's 1-800-445-0344, or go to flextapeoffer.com. This offer is not available in stores.
Welcome back to Monday Night Countdown, served by Applebee.
Kareem Hunt, welcome to the National Football League.
Already in 3 weeks, he's solidified himself as being one of the best running backs in this league right now.
Kareem Hunt gets it again. The rookie running back cuts back left. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Kansas City.
He's really explosive, really fast. He runs through guys.
Hunt breaks a tackle.
He's going to be an awesome player. We're looking forward to play him.
Touchdown by the NFL's new phenom, rookie Kareem Hunt.
Phenom is right. Hunt is the only player in NFL history with a score of at least 50 yards in each of his first 3 games, only to be outdone by his speedy teammate Tyreek Hill, who is the first NFL player to score a touchdown of at least 60 yards in 5 straight regular season games. Just how dynamic are Tyreek Hill and Kareem Hunt? Nobody was faster on touchdowns entering Week 4. Last week, Hill revved up to a maximum speed of more than 21 miles per hour on his 30-yard touchdown catch in the first quarter, the fastest of any touchdown reception this season. And Hunt was almost as fast on his touchdown run late in the fourth quarter in Week 3 against the Chargers. The rookie running back got up to 20.8 miles per hour, the fastest for any player on a rushing touchdown entering this week. Oh my gosh. Well, for more perspective, we queued up Hill's touchdown run, which is 75 yards, with a touchdown run of our future Hall of Famer Randy Moss, just to kind of gauge.
This is going to be interesting, Susie. I'm going against the Titans. Tyreek going against the Patriots. I'm going to tell you what, very similar. I got a little longer stride than him. What were you looking at? 9.9 seconds? He got you at the tape. I mean,
hey, you got it.
I mean, there's all kinds of excuses that I could give of why he beat me. But I'm gonna tell you what. When you're looking at the speed tonight, Charles, of Tyreek Hill, They say, I heard it from Mr. Madden back in the day, be killed. Yes, sir.
And you know what? It's really about football speed too. Like, who really cares about the time as long as nobody's in the frame with you?
Well, a lot of times guys can't translate track speed to football speed. These guys obviously do.
These guys can.
And he did too.
All right, so here you've got your tall and lanky wide receiver, and Tyreek Hill is a lot smaller. So for a defensive back, what's the key in defending the smaller guy like Tyreek Hill? Josh Norman, he plays on the left, but he'll see him a lot tonight.
Yeah, well, Randy's going to demonstrate for me. When you have a guy like Tyreek Hill, shorter, quicker guy, what they want to try to do is get you off of the spot so that you can open that door and then they can get open and just run. So if I'm not patient and I open this way and now Randy goes this way, boom, he's gone. Now I got to play catch up. So what I want to do, I want to be patient. Randy makes his move, eyes on, get my hand on. Now I can run with him. Now, you want to try to play some tricks on him, kind of play head games on him. Now that I've pressed him a few times, he's trying to figure out how do I get off of that press. Now the quarterback goes through his cadence, blues, 42, 42, set. Now I go. Now he's trying to make a move to get off me, but now I'm running with him and looking at the quarterback. I got my eyes on the quarterback and him, and it's a triangle. So now when he makes his break, I can come back down here either way that he comes down. So play some tricks on him. He's a fast guy. Don't allow him to get you off of that spot to where now you're chasing, because we just saw what that speed was like on that field.
You know, we're just sitting here demonstrating. I want to make a great point at all you DBs watching this. One thing that you got to be aware of is you can't be physical for 4 quarters and you can't be finesse for 4 quarters. Yep. The 3 demonstrations that you gave me, the third one, Wood, that you gave me was the bail technique. Yep. And the one thing I want to talk about the bail technique, Susie, is because if a quarterback has been physical and he's been finesse with me for 4 quarters, as soon as he bails, I'm thinking, oh, God, what did he just do? So I think it is important when you have a speedster like Tyreek Hill, you got to mess with him. You can't give him the same thing for 4 quarters.
Remember coming into the season, people wondered if he could be a #1 wide receiver? Well, the great thing about him is Alex Smith talks about how smart he is, which allows him to be able to be used in the offense in so many different ways.
Well, the thing is, #1 receiver, you think that #1 receiver goes out there and lines up at the X or lines up at the Z, and that's where he's going to be. But a guy like Tyreek Hill, being a smart player, you can put him in multiple positions. Right. That's why you see him a lot of times run him on those jet sweeps. He might get the ball, he might not, but guess what? You got to pay attention.
Got to honor him.
He is definitely not a one-trick pony. I think Alex Smith said freaky like 3 times when he was talking about it.
Yeah.
All right, now being out here for all of us is really fun, but for these 2 guys, it's kind of old hat. The Randy and Charles Show. Here's an excerpt.
Here we go, baby. Hey, it's your boy Charles.
Randy Moss here, week 4.
Week 4, we in Kansas City, man, and you know how Kansas City do it. We out here in the parking lot, they tailgating. What is Kansas City known for?
Man, that sauce dripping off that meat, man. We in Barbecue City, Kansas City, baby.
I got a confession to make.
Charles, what's your confession?
I got a confession, man.
Give it to us.
For the last 30 days, days, man, I've been on this vegan diet, right? Me and my wife, April, hey baby, I'm sorry, but I'm down here in Kansas City, and they known for this barbecue, and I gotta go in today.
Man, let's get the forks and the spoons. Hey, Miss April Woodson, I got him. Don't worry about it. I'll send him home to you tomorrow. But for now, we're gonna break that vegan diet. We got it. Let's get it, Woods. Well, I'm gonna tell you what, man. I'm gonna have me one little piece, cause chicken is my favorite thing to eat. Man, y'all already know we gotta do them. Sorry, sweetheart. I know I'm on TV, but this barbecue. Can I get another? I need another one. I ain't gonna hit it with the hand I just licked. One thing that they say about this stadium, it is the loudest stadium in the National Football League. Talk about that.
We hold the record. I was here every time they've tried to do the record, and then somebody busted it, I think a couple years ago, but now we still hold the record, so you're going to hear it.
Chief fans, y'all always treat us with love. It's going down tonight. Kansas City, Chiefs! Thank y'all for watching our show.
Catch the full show on ESPN.com tonight. And now we have sent Randy and Charles over to the grill with Terry. Guys, is this about the most fun you've ever had doing a pregame?
I'm going to tell you what, Susie, it has to be, because I'm going to tell you what, I've had some sauce on this uniform I got on, and I don't even care. It's a great day to be here.
Hey, great time here in Kansas City, man. We got barbecue pits everywhere.
Let's pop it open.
We'll pop the hood then.
All right.
See the smoke come out?
You got ribs going here, St. Louis ribs basted up, pulled pork in here, quartered chickens, and then the magic is laying on this cutting board.
Hold on. You want to know what that was, don't you, Randy? What?
No, I don't. I'm going to tell you what, it's something that look good over here, Snoozy, but I'm going to tell you what, we'll get back to it later. Back to you, Miss Culver.
Oh, boy. Soaking up the flavor outside Arrowhead Stadium. Thanks to Terry for being here. Everybody's got the grills going. Truly one of the best tailgating scenes in the NFL. And the fans are so fired up for their undefeated Chiefs.
Feed those hungry eyes with new signature entrees. Applebee's 2 for $20. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Bridgestone Drive Guard tires are engineered to come through in the clutch. Let's go. And NFL coach John Gruden is going to help us prove it.
I got this. Okay, tires. If you take a hit, you gotta get back up.
John.
You better kick it up a notch and get us home. There's always gonna be nails on the road to victory, but you keep on going.
Actually, Drive Guard tires can take a puncture and drive up to 50 miles to safety.
50 miles?
Yep.
Guess my pep talk worked.
Sure.
It's 6 a.m. 40 million Americans are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory in Boston, 1,200 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Today, we're bringing you America's #1 shave at lower prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions of Americans. As one of those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality for less, because nobody can beat the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Hey, we know you. You're what they call the educated consumer. No matter what you're buying, you look closer before you make a decision. So when it's time to look for new auto, home, or life insurance, what do? What you do best. You won't stop searching until you find something special. You'll be surprised by what you discover when you take a closer look at Amica. Our reputation for customer service is enormous. Call Amica now for an auto, home, or life insurance quote, or all three together. Welcome to Amica. This is helpfulness insured.
Glad to have you with us on College Game Day.
Built by the Home Depot.
I'm really feeling this vibe right now. I love this.
Look at that crowd.
Look at that crowd. Great crowd.
This is awesome.
Monday Night Football. Redskins, Chiefs, tonight, 8:15 Eastern on ESPN.
Getting set to put the finishing touches on a wild Week 4 in the NFL. Iconic Arrowhead Stadium, one of the oldest, but one of the best, and certainly one of the loudest. And they're really great fans here. Just a blue-collar bunch, really into their barbecue and really into their football. Kirk Cousins and the Redskins will have to contend with the loudness as they face the last unbeaten team in the NFL. Washington also off to a great start, looking to end the first quarter of the season with a win. The Chiefs, packed with playmakers, rookie running back Kareem Hunt taking the league by storm. The NFL's leading rusher producing a huge play in every game he's played. And it wouldn't be a game at Arrowhead without the tailgating on this really warm and windy October Monday Eve. Fans are as fired up about their barbecue as they are about their Chiefs. And the Monday Night Countdown crew out here enjoying the scene. And it is a scene. Once again, the Chiefs are the only undefeated team in the NFL and are 3-0 for the second time under Andy Reid, who arrived in Kansas City in 2013. Playing under the lights will be a familiar spot for the Chiefs over the next month. Starting tonight, 4 of the next 5 games are in prime time. The Redskins have won 2 straight after losing their season opener. Washington tied for the most takeaways in the league in the previous 2 weeks. Kirk Cousins is looking for his first win on Monday Night Football after losing his first 4 starts, all at home. Cousins is playing under the franchise tag for the second straight year, giving him a base salary of nearly $24 million this season. For that amount, you could sign 9 key Chiefs players, including Alex Smith, Travis Kelce, and Derek Johnson. And if you add up these 9 base salaries, it still doesn't equal Cousins' value of $23.9 million. So there's this huge narrative around the Redskins. Why didn't Cousins sign a long-term deal? I asked Jay Gruden that question last night. He said, we tried. We offered big money. He chose to play it out. Cousins insisted that he could sign a long-term deal, but any quarterback always feels as if they're playing year to year, and he didn't really seem to see a benefit in that. All right, so guys, I mean, it's a good coach. It's a good system. Cousins is playing well here. He's not going to say that he didn't get the respect he deserves. He won't say that to us. But what do you think? Like, why can't they get this done?
If you don't get along with Kirk Cousins,
what are you saying?
It's about you. It's not about him. One of the finest guys in the league, great in the locker room, studies hard, a great leader. And look, he's playing top 10 quarterback, and it's going to get better because when he makes a mistake, he logs it, and he doesn't make it again. So to me, how many guys do you have in the league like this, young players that are going to be franchise type of quarterbacks, and you can't figure out a way to make a deal with him, one of the nicest guys in the league? It becomes about you. It's not about Kirk.
And I understand that the leverage, he's already guaranteed because of the franchise tag, he's already guaranteed a certain amount. So that's kind of the starting point, the lowest point that they would start from the negotiating. But really, I think it's about respect more than money. I mean, here's a guy that was drafted when they drafted RG3, and they said, hey, you're our guy, RG3, you're our guy. And he saw what that meant. To me, it feels like he's never felt that same love back from the Redskins. You can say what you want to say, but I don't feel like they've made that commitment back to him like they did, like he saw his rookie.
Man, he is making franchise money.
I agree.
I'd keep franchising me if I was him.
We don't want to feel sorry for him, but Randy, Kirk, he has gone through a lot. He lost his top 2 wide receivers. They've got some young guys that really have to get on the ball that are starting to emerge. And what about Terrell Pryor?
Well, I think you've been hearing a lot of great things coming from Terrell Pryor since minicamp and especially training camp. But for me, I'm looking for tonight is how special can Terrell Pryor be? You've seen all the catches in preseason and some highlights this summer of him going up and getting the ball and making runs after the catch. So to me, I know the Kansas City Chiefs are very stingy back here in that secondary, but this man was brought here for 1 year for one reason, and that was to go out here and make plays for Kirk Cousins. So he has to be special tonight. In 3 games, 10 catches, I need a little bit more out of that, out of number 1 receiver, Terrell Pryor.
Hey, and another reason that Kirk would want to stay in Washington, we see what goes on around the league with offensive lines, and they have a really, really good one here. No shortage of playmakers on the field tonight on both sides as we bring in Lisa Salters for our Reason to Root. And Lisa, Kareem Hunt comes into week 4 leading the league in rushing, yards from scrimmage, and tied for the league in touchdowns. And he's a rookie?
Yeah, well, Susie, after what Kareem Hunt did as a kid back in 2003 in a Pee Wee game, the NFL really should have seen this kid coming. 700 yards. That's how much Kareem Hunt says he rushed for in one game when he was just 9 years old, playing in the Mentor Youth Football League in Mentor, Ohio. Chicago Bears rookie quarterback Mitch Trubisky also starred as a running back in that game for the opposing team. Hunt went on to shine at South High School, rushing for 2,700 yards and 44 touchdowns as a senior. But he says critics called his team's schedule mediocre. So without any scholarship offers from big-time schools, Hunt committed to Toledo University, just a 90-minute drive from his home. After rushing for 1,600 yards in his sophomore year at Toledo and just shy of 1,000 as a junior, Hunt considered entering the NFL draft, but opted to stay in school and became the first college graduate in his family.
It means a lot. It means, I stuck with it. School wasn't always easy, and I just kept showing up every day.
In 4 years at Toledo, Hunt never lost a fumble. Then came this on his first NFL carry.
I don't even know how to describe it. It shocked me more than as soon as I felt it come out, I knew I didn't have it. I was like, wow, is this how I really started off my career?
He finished that game with 246 total yards and 3 touchdowns, and has since sent a message to the rest of the league.
I really want to show everybody I could play with the best of the best. To tell everybody stop sleeping on me.
Now, Hunt's mother, Stephanie, was at that first game when he fumbled, and she told me she didn't know whether to come down out of the stands and hug her son or holler at him. But she said once she looked up on the Jumbotron and saw that determined look in his eyes, she said she knew that the Patriots were going to be in trouble. And, Susie, you were watching that game. We were all just like, oh, no, this poor kid. But look what he's done since.
The way he has rebounded, just amazing. And this is why the Chiefs traded up in the 3rd round to take him. But why not earlier? Even Alex Smith talks about how you couldn't identify all this skill in training camp. But, man, once things went live, then it was like, whoa, this rare combination of size, speed, and strength. Well, it's been quite the adventure out here.
That was funny.
In the parking lot outside of Arrowhead Stadium. And it's our final course of barbecue from Terry Heyer of Zarda's Barbecue.
Come on up here, Terry.
They've been feeding the Chiefs at training camp for years. In fact, they test things out with the Chiefs, and if the Chiefs like their stuff,
they love this
then
stuff.
You sell it at the restaurant.
29 years we've training camp catered, so we put you out here.
Terry, the final course, Terry.
The football
camera's right there. Final
fresh
course.
cut, hand-cut burn-ins.
Here, come on.
A hog wild sandwich. And you say, what's a hog wild sandwich? Thin sliced ham, fresh pulled pork, melted provolone, 2 strips of bacon on a toasted Roma bun. And I got a rumor that Matt and Steve already had a sandwich off this platter.
Amazing.
Guys, this was awesome, wasn't it?
I'm going to tell you what, we came here for one reason and one reason only. We wanted to
taste
the barbecue.
Randy's leaving with the tray.
Hop in.
Terry, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Great to be here. All right.
Really made our day. All right, well, we're going to head inside to join the players. Guys like Terrell Pryor, heard Randy talk about him. What a journey for this guy. 6 teams in 6 years. Hopefully he has found his final home matched up with Kirk Cousins. So, will Terrell Pryor be doing any bossing tonight?
When I hear the phrase, you got mossed, right away it pictures in my head, Randy Moss, Moss is somebody. Or anytime I saw like just a big time catch over a defender.
Somebody just pretty much embarrassed you when you got mossed.
I think of the phrase you got mossed, I think of a receiver going up over the top of a defensive back, similar to what Josh Dotson did in last week's game.
Cousins looking, going deep, down the right sideline, looking for Dotson. It is caught, great catch, and into the end zone. Josh Dotson gets it on a remarkable catch.
You're not going over top of my head, but you can come down with a limb.
Intercepted! What a pick by Josh Norman!
Bush. It has the same great taste it's always had, even the same sound.
Bush.
Posting hashtag yeehaw.
Hashtag I have no signal and I still can't post out here.
Look out, coming through.
Hey, Thomas.
Howdy there, Joy.
See, Joyce got the new iPhone with Verizon Unlimited.
Bet I do. Best phone, best network.
America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. She can post out here like she does in the city.
Hey, 12 likes. What?
Likes won't get you diddly around these parts. Yeah!
When you really, really want the best, get the new iPhone on the Best Unlimited with plans starting at $40 per line for 4 lines.
My 5-alarm chili makes game days better. You mean I know it, but FanDuel does too. For new players, there are beginner-only contests with real prizes to help you learn the ropes. And since you pick a new team every week, you're never sidelined with injuries or draft busts. Play for as little as $1 or compete for a share of $1 million. Or start a private contest to play against your friends. FanDuel, it's the 5-alarm chili your daily fantasy game's been waiting for.
Get free entry into the Sunday Million with over $1 million in cash prizes when you make your first deposit. Use promo code BALL. What can you
Backs. There is one quarterback, however, that is smiling today. We had him on the show a little earlier, Jared Goff. And the Cowboys really enjoying the sport. Instagram. Rams DC Wade Phillips relaxing on the plane with the caption, "When you beat your old team, you go full recline and play Sudoku." Wade, of course, was Cowboys head coach from 2007 to 2010. Our Sunday snapshot, upset city, starts in Dallas.
Goff fakes the play action, throws it down to the 40, a slanted spot to the 30 and running away. This is going to be a walk-in score for Todd Gurley. On 4th and 10, Prescott short to Elliott, 45, broke the tackle, 40-yard line. He's tackled short of the first down. And the Rams are going to get out of here with a win.
Bryant under pressure, trying to cut it loose, back up the field. It's ruled. They're going to call it a fumble, and it's scooped up, and Tre'Davious White is returning it for a touchdown. 4th and 1. Ryan, play fake. In trouble. Backside throw, offline, incomplete, and Buffalo's going to win the game.
4th and goal from the 1. Brady looks left. He looks right. Pats the feet. Pumps. Throws. Back of the end zone. It is caught! And an extra point will tie this game. 48-yard try to win it. Snap is back. Hold is down. Right-footed. End-over-end kick. Down the middle and good. And the Panthers come on the road and win it in Foxborough.
The Patriots have allowed 128 points this season, the second most by a defending Super Bowl champion in their first 4 games in NFL history. New England is allowing the second most points per game in the league, and they've given up at least 30 points in 3 straight home games for the first time since 1975. So how do some of the performances from Sunday project into the future? We call it all day, no way. So I'll make a statement and then you guys can follow up with, are you in or are you out on this, Matt? The Patriots defense will be their Achilles heel, stop them from getting back to the Super Bowl.
Well, unfortunately, Susie, I got to say right now, they are the Achilles heel. Stacks in bunches, 4 strong, communication. Are we coning it? Are we banjoing it? What are we doing? Is this a halo? Too much miscommunication, too many easy plays, and you got to stop quarterback runs that are designed as well. They're going to see some more of that.
Steve, the Raiders should be concerned with their recent offensive struggles.
All day. I mean, they fired their offensive coordinator last year, Billy Musgrave, who led a top 10 offense in points, rushing, and sacks allowed. And the Raiders this year so far, not even close to the top 10 in any of those categories. All day.
Charles J. Cutler should have stayed retired.
No way. When you got $10 million on the table,
10?
They make $10 million on the table, you don't need your wife to tell you, hey, honey, go back and play. You are on the plane headed back to South Beach, and you are ready to suit up. Give me the money.
Randy, Antonio Brown went too far with his sideline antics this week.
Well, you said the sideline antics. I'm going to have to say all day. And look, I shouldn't be the one talking, but when you look at everything that happened, I'm fine with everything that happened on the field. I'm even fine with the cooler. But I think when him and the coach got in a dispute, the coach put his hands on him, he jerked back. I think that's what became a problem. So I'm going to say all day to that.
What do you think?
Look, are we going back to the days of Chad Johnson and Terrell Owens, these antics to OBJ? And I mean,
they allow it. The league brought the celebrations back in the league. Don't throw no flag.
Who you throwing the flag on?
AB. T.O. was upset. His team was losing. AB, your team is winning. What was the score?
26-9?
Something like that. You won the game. Like, I get it if you're struggling, you're upset, you're losing, but
tell them why you're mad, bro.
Come on, man.
Here, do you throw the flag when we see Tom Brady over there slamming helmets and throwing drinks?
If you're losing, no. But if he's throwing it like, hey, I'm mad that we're running the ball and I'm not throwing the ball.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, one guy that's showing that,
that's pretty good.
A guy that's showing that much passion on the field just because things are not going right. Everybody, I'm cool with that.
Yes.
We've been there before.
Yes.
But where the problem starts is when you and the coach start getting in each other's face, and it becomes a distraction to the whole sideline. I would say, Susie, that's all day.
I think
but
the question,
stuff on the field, I don't have a problem with.
The question is, where does it stem from? Does it stem from you not getting the ball? And I agree with Matt. If you're winning and you're complaining about not getting the ball, then I think that's going to.
And you know what? You get one of them. You get one.
Fair.
A big tire, throwing the thing, a big blow. You get one.
Yeah.
You don't get two.
There you go.
Here's the problem with
I got one.
We all got one.
all those
I said we've been there.
all those talented bees. There's only one ball. That's the problem.
Well, AB said it's his ball.
and he's going to take it and leave, apparently. Well, we could be asking the question, are the Redskins for real on offense? Well, all day, as long as their 2016 first-round pick, Josh Doxson, keeps performing like he did last week, scoring his first NFL touchdown. Not only was it his first touchdown, it also earned him the top spot on Randy's prestigious You Got Mossed. So, Randy, that's what the guys get. They get a T-shirt?
Yeah, I think it's very special, man. When you're out here showing, I guess it's my segment, I count them down from 5 to 1. That play that he made last week against the Oakland Raiders was great, but I'm going to tell you what, Susie, I'm going to see if he'll show up tonight and be on next week's You Got Moss. But I'm going to tell you what, let's start it off. Number 5 at Michigan State, Felton Davis III. That was a great catch, great concentration over the Iowa cornerback. Man, come on, baby. You got to do better than that. You got Moss at NC State. Steve Ishmael making the leaping catch over NC State corner Mike Stevens. Mike Stevens, I got a colleague coming down there Thursday, baby. I don't need to see that. You got Moss, Mike Stevens. Number 3, we're in Seattle. Dante Moncrief makes the catch over Shaquille Griffin. Shaquille Griffin, you got your head around, baby. But your Moncrief wanted it more than you. You got Moss, Shaquille. Sam Ponder, this is not high school, it's Division II football in Ohio. That's state again, Wood. Mr. Conti, I forgot your name yesterday, young man, called you number 4. But Mr. Conti, you got Moss today.
I want to know who's number 1. Who's number 1?
Man, I said it. I don't want no more DBs on this You Got Moss segment, but we had to get him. Justin Simmons, Amari Cooper, body, ball, defender. Amari Cooper, once again, body, ball, defender. That means you go up for a rebound, hit him, then get the ball. But I'm going to tell you what, since you didn't, Amari Cooper, you got Moss.
Hey, what I want to know, though, is why was my Raiders at number 1 getting Moss 2 weeks in a row?
Hey,
they need a DB.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I got nothing to say. Nothing to say.
All right, so let's see tonight. Will it be Alex Smith to Tyreek Hill and You Got Moss, or Alex Smith to Travis Kelce and You Got Moss? He just loves having all these playmakers. And he says he thinks it's awesome that Coach Andy Reid has not been afraid to reinvent himself. Alex Smith is having fun, and we're going to have fun tonight as well, watching him on Monday Night Football.
You're watching Monday Night Countdown, served by Applebee's.
Brian, I just need to know if the customer app will be live Monday.
Can we at least analyze customer traffic?
Can we push the offer online?
Brian, I just had a quick question. Brian.
Legacy technology can handcuff any company. But yes is here.
You're saying the new app will go live Monday?
Yeah. With help from HB, we can finally work the way we want to.
With the right mix of hybrid IT, everything computes.
Seems like just yesterday, I felt invincible. Today, to stay in the game, I've got to have balance. And make no mistake, I'm still in the game.
Introducing CopperFit Balance, a revolutionary new high-performance orthotic insole designed to improve body alignment for better stability and balance. When you have aches and pains and your performance suffers, chances are you don't have the right foot support.
My feet were throbbing, they were in pain all the time.
I couldn't generate power the way that I needed to.
I got to the point where I got to try something new.
Over time, your arches can collapse and knock your body out of alignment. The CopperFit Balance Adaptive Arch Support is designed to lift and hold the shape of your arch in its correct position, giving you the support you need to help keep your body aligned.
It gave me a sense of balance, and as a shooter, personally, that's the most important part of my job. If it's able to work for me, can't imagine what it would do for the casual player. I think it's the best thing to hit the market.
I was like, is this really going to benefit me, or is this just another gimmick? Wow.
Embedded in the insole, a semi-rigid orthotic base and deep heel cup helps align your feet for better stability and balance, combined with a cushion blend layer for impact absorption and a copper-infused wicking fabric footbed to reduce odors.
Copperfit insoles are without a doubt one of the most important products that I put on every day. And let me tell you, I won't go without them.
If you're on your feet, construction worker, a nurse, doctor, you need Copperfit Balance insoles.
Balance, power, performance. The most sure-footed alignment insole you will ever wear. Call 1-800-405-4997 or on the web at copperfitbalance.com. Get your performance orthotic insoles for only $24.99. Order right now and your shipping is free.
Balance, power, performance at any age. Copperfit. Live limitless.
Back in the Kansas City locker room where Commissioner Pete Rozelle.
A lot written about this AFL NFL championship.
Inside these lines, we don't have to come from the same place to help each other reach the same destination.
No time to waste. Let's work.
Inside these lines, we may have our differences, but recognize there's more that unites us. Inside these lines, it's a game of inches. And there's no such thing as an easy yard when you're fighting to move forward. Inside these lines, we're not only defined by our victories, but by the way we handle our defeats. Inside these lines, we can bring out the best in each other and live united inside these lines.
No tomorrow. No fear. The American League wildcard game. Twins, Yankees, tomorrow at 8 on ESPN.
All ESPN coverage is streaming live on the ESPN app. Download now and take ESPN everywhere.
Chalk Talk with Coach Gruden is brought to you by Nationwide. Nationwide is on your side.
Welcome back as we get you set for Monday Night Football. Justin Houston on the field warming up. He is looking like his old self. Back in 2014, he led the NFL in sacks with 22. He already has 4 this season on a Chiefs defense that continues to make game-changing plays. For more on the secrets to their success, we hand you off to the guys who will call tonight's game, John Gruden and Sean McDonough. Hi, guys.
Hello, Susie. Good evening, everybody. Coach, I'm not sure there are a lot of secrets to the success of the Kansas City Chiefs, but there are a lot of reasons. And for me, it starts with their defensive coordinator, Bob Sutton, now 66 years old. He came here with Andy Reid in 2013, and since then, only Seattle has given up fewer points per game than the Kansas City Chiefs. And Susie just touched on a big reason why they're faring so well this year. The return to health after a couple of seasons of knee injuries of Justin Houston.
Well, he has 4 sacks, and a lot of people think he is the premier pass rusher in football, but where he does a lot of his damage is when he drops into coverage. He has dropped into coverage more than he's rushed. Take a look at the right side of your screen. Tom Brady thinks he's got man-to-man coverage, but he doesn't realize it's a 3-man rush, and Justin Houston is dropping into coverage. Look out. It's this 3-man rush that is driving rhythm quarterbacks crazy. It forces Tom Brady to hold the ball. There's 8 defenders against 5 receivers. Nobody open, a lot of wasted plays. He got Carson Wentz the next week. It's a 3-man rush, 8 men in coverage. Justin Houston keying the quarterback. You have to create plays as a quarterback. Your receivers have to work back and try to make some plays. Second play of the first quarter last week. It's another 3-man rush. Phillip Rivers, a rhythm pocket passer, unaccustomed to creating, makes a blind throw. It's intercepted, and this is an area Kirk Cousins has struggled against the 3-man rush. He's got to sense it. He's got to escape to his right, let his receivers work to find some completions. That's going to be a big part of this game, not only when Houston rushes, but when he drops and it becomes a 3-man rush.
In recent years, when Cousins has been successful with the Washington offense, he's been a good down-the-field thrower. Bob Sutton says he likes to have most of those defenders up around the line of scrimmage because about 70% of the passes in the league travel 10 yards or less. Do you think there might be some opportunity tonight for Kirk Cousins to throw the ball down the field?
I think so. They have a young, healthy Josh Doctson returning from injury. He had a big catch against the Raiders, and I do know they're going to stay away from Marcus Peters. I expect him to target Terrence Mitchell on the other side a lot tonight.
Well, I know one guy you like a lot on the Redskins is Chris Thompson, leading their team in rushing and receiving, and he is, not to give it away, your Gruden grinder. Pretty good.
Coach Smith, Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome to the Nationwide Monday Night Bus.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
13 years in the NFL. What are you,
right.
33 now?
33, yeah.
So what, did you come out of college when you were 18, 17?
Something like that. 20, yeah.
77% completion, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions, 3-0 start. What offense are you guys running?
It's fun right now. It's a fun offense to be a part of. Yeah, you know, I think that's maybe this far along, you know, for us to kind of constantly putting in new things, new wrinkles. I think it's something I know I really enjoy. You never know what crazy thing coach is going to be up there installing. And it's every day, right? I mean, it could be the base game plan, it could be third downs, it could be red zone. And nothing's off limits. And I think guys like that. We have fun with it. Coach has fun playing football and teaching, and I think that's contagious.
Who is Kareem Hunt?
That's a good question. I'll tell you what, you know, he doesn't play like a rookie. He's not in the huddle like a rookie. He doesn't act like a rookie. And certainly physically, his playmaking isn't like a rookie either. The guy's just been ready to roll. You know, I kind of thrust into it last minute, you know, unfortunately with the injury dispenser. And I think everybody wasn't, you know, totally sure. None of us really knew. And I think the most encouraging thing is Kareem never blinked. I mean, he's just done an unbelievable job, I think, preparing himself mentally.
Tyreek Hill, I thought he was a gimmick player last year. He's a great returner.
Yeah.
Okay, they got you on a jet sweep. All right, you got me on a reverse. You got me on a quick screen, right? Okay, you stuck him in there as a running back. He's a lot more than a gimmick.
Yeah,
player,
I hope everybody thinks he's a gimmick because, man, I mean, Tyreek's the real deal. He's crazy, crazy talented, crazy smart. I mean, all the stuff we do with him, all the different movements, all the adjustments, all the things we do, he never misses a beat.
When you're in San Francisco, some bad teams, really. Just when you push that thing to the NFC Championship game, you get close, they replaced you with a younger quarterback. Then you got to come here, you're 2-14, that's what you inherited. You get this thing almost to the Super Bowl, and boom, on draft day, they went out and drafted another young quarterback. How does that settle with you? You got to train basically your inevitable replacement.
Yeah. I think the situation that happened in San Francisco with Cap has helped me with this. I wasn't thinking beyond this year before draft night, and I truly believe this, that Pat doesn't affect or change my path, right? Where I'm going, I control that, and really comes down to me going out and playing good football. And if you don't, they're going to find somebody who can. Right? I mean, that's the reality of this. So Pat's a good kid. He's really, really talented. I hope he sits there for a while, though. You know.
I know this about Andy Reid. It might be the most wordy offense in the history of the world. You got to give us a play, something that you say in the huddle, just to give fans an idea of what goes on with this offense.
We got, top left bunch, Delta Shack, two-jet scat, Tampa, Y shallow cross, halfback burst kill, halfback flat.
Let's hear it again quicker. Come on.
Top left bunch, Delta Shack, two-jet scat, Tampa, Y shallow cross, halfback burst kill, flat.
Thanks for joining me, man. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks.
That's awesome, man.
And let's go back to Smith's future, because a recent interview quoted him as saying, "It feels like this will be his final season in KC." Well, talking to Smith over the weekend, he says the question was actually, is there potential for that? And the answer to that question is yes, but he feels that he is in total control of his future. Play well, and he will have a job here. And I followed up with Andy Reid. His response is, "I love Alex, and he can hang with me until I retire," adding he doesn't want to slight Patrick Mahomes because Patrick definitely has some magic. But he points to Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre. It certainly didn't hurt Aaron. So, Matt, there are reports, even our Adam Schefter reported that in the offseason, Alex Smith could be traded. I mean, how do you read all of this?
Yeah, it could, but Andy Reid, I mean, you got to think about where Andy Reid came from. He's that Mike Holmgren, Bill Walsh disciple that believes in killing a mosquito with a sledgehammer at the quarterback position. You saw Doug Peterson, his disciple, do it in Philly with Sam Bradford, Chase Daniel, and Carson Wentz. They're cool with having too much talent in the quarterback room. Andy Reid was the quarterback's coach in Green Bay when they drafted me there. They had Brett Favre and two other guys, Doug Peterson, Rick Meyer, guys that could play. They didn't need a practice squad wide receiver. He saw a talent in Patrick Mahomes that he couldn't pass up. And truly and honestly, I think it's been a good thing for Alex Smith.
What do you think, Steve?
In the end, I agree with Matt. It really was about Andy being around the 49ers with Joe and myself, Brett and Aaron, recognizing that the key is that the key players here, Patrick and Alex, are not toxic people. The fact that they're not toxic allows for the creative tension to create them to be better. It drives them both to be successful. And so that's when he knew Patrick was not going to come in and be toxic, and he knew by far Alex is not going to be toxic. So the fact is, it's set up to be the best. It's going to get the best out of both of them. And he's not afraid of Alex running the table for the next 5-6 years.
Right.
He has no problem with that. And in his mind, if Alex does that, it's fine with him.
It's like big brother, little brother, and Alex says it is drama-free. Randy, you played with Alex in San Francisco in 2012. Everybody knows there was a Colin Kaepernick came along. How mentally tough is he?
He is mentally tough. When you look at everything that he brings to the table for the Kansas City Chiefs, and Matt, I would have to agree with you. You talking about they drafted a quarterback, and it's only bringing the best out in Alex Smith. I know as a wide receiver looking at Alex Smith over the years, one thing that I'm excited to see, I know it's early in the season, but one thing he's able to do is open up Andy Reid's playbook a little bit and go downfield. And the one thing about him going downfield is he's 62% with 20 yards or more downfield, and that's the only big things are going to continue to happen for the Kansas City Chiefs, but I like what I'm seeing out of Alex Smith.
So, Steve, let's open up that playbook.
Let's do it.
They're having so much fun.
Look at Andy.
Feed those hungry eyes with new signature entrees. Applebee's 2 for $20. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
At Coors, we built the most powerful solar array at any one brewery in the country, producing 22 million beers each year, powered by the sun. Coors Light, whatever your mountain, climb on.
It's 6 a.m. 40 million Americans are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory in Boston, 1,200 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Today, we're bringing you America's #1 shave at lower prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions of Americans. As one of those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality for less, because nobody can beat the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
for the perfect match? Get what you want and we'll match your payment during Rent-A-Center's Free for Fall. Just pay a week and we'll match your next payment up to 4 weeks. Only at Rent-A-Center.
USA Panama, Friday at 7 on ESPN2.
Posting hashtag yeehaw.
Hashtag I have no signal and I still can't post out here.
Whoa, look out, coming through. Hey, Thomas.
Howdy there, Joy. See, Joy's got the new iPhone with Verizon Unlimited.
I bet I do. Best phone, best network.
America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. She can post out here like she does in the city.
Hey, 12 likes. What?
Likes won't get you diddly around these parts. Yeah!
When you really want the best, get the new iPhone on the Best Unlimited with plans starting at $40 per line for 4 lines.
Bigger doesn't mean stronger. Don't be defined by a weight class. Bring the heat. Pack a punch. Come back for more. Like a charge. Like lightning in a bottle. Mighty like a pro. The all-new Terrain, the compact SUV from GMC. We are professional grade.
The best suit you'll ever own is the one you design yourself. One that fits you perfectly. With personalized details, the finest Italian fabrics, and it's made right here in America.
Custom Suits by Joseph Abood, exclusively at Men's Warehouse.
Our story began in Ocean City, Maryland. Sports is our foundation. But our food and drinks are where our pulse is. People know us as the sports bar that doesn't serve sports bar food and drinks. We're changing what you expect out of your typical sports bar. We keep all the fun and add more flavor. So come on in to the Green Turtle, where the food is fresh and the beer is cold. And there's always a seat waiting for you.
Introducing New Degree Ultra Clear Black Plus White. Saves your white clothes from yellow stains and your black clothes from white marks. Still with 48-hour sweat protection. New Degree Ultra Clear Black Plus White. It won't let you down.
Welcome back to Monday Night Countdown. They are experiencing technical difficulties in Kansas City. We hope to have those all fixed up, and we'll be back to you shortly after we do.
The first person to survive Alzheimer's disease is out there. They're going to hold on to everything the disease steals away. That smile they can't hide. That dance class they love. Every single piece of them is going to make it through. And the Alzheimer's Association is going to make it happen by funding research, advancing public policy, and spurring scientific breakthroughs. And by providing local support to those living with the disease and their caregivers, we're easing the burden for all those facing it until we accomplish our goal. Alzheimer's disease has devastated millions of lives, but that's all going to change when we reach the first survivor. But we won't get there without you. Visit alz.org to join the fight.
Posting hashtag yeehaw.
Hashtag I have no signal and I still can't post out here.
Whoa, look out, coming through.
Hey, Thomas.
Howdy there, Joy. See, Joy's got the new iPhone with Verizon Unlimited.
I bet I do. Best phone, best network.
America's largest, most reliable 4G LTE network. She can post out here like she does in the city.
Hey, 12 likes. What?
Likes won't get you diddly around these parts. Yeah!
When you really want the best, get the new iPhone on the Best Unlimited with plans starting at $40 per line for 4 lines.
Bigger doesn't mean stronger. Don't be defined by a weight class. Bring the heat. Pack a punch. Come back for more. Like a charge. Like lightning in a bottle. Mighty like a pro. The all-new Terrain, the compact SUV from GMC.
We are professional grade.
Discover the power of new Dove Men Plus Care Elements with minerals and sage. Get a boost of freshness with new Dove Men Plus Care Elements.
Crisp, cold refreshment. It's what Busch is known for. What are you known for?
I'm cool under pressure. What is that? A fish hook? Golly.
Busch.
Schefter, eyes up here, man. Let's break down your latest Dunkin' run. I like how you order ahead on the go and rack up the perks points.
I just tap my favorite and skip the wait.
But then,
yeah,
boom! You get popped and drop everything but your cup of joe. You carry a lot of beepers there, Shefty.
Oh, those are phones, not beepers, Coach.
Next time, put your beeps to sleep and keep your eyes up. Order ahead. Skip the wait.
How'd you get this footage?
Don't worry about it.
Morning. Hey, do you know when the game starts?
11 hours.
Cool. So I can hit the gym?
Yeah.
Take a shower?
Yep.
Get some food?
Yep.
Yep.
11 hours.
Want to wake up at Super Bowl 52? Enter Courtyard's Super Bowl Sleepover Contest at courtyard.com for your chance to win. Official host.
Football. Redskins, Chiefs, tonight, 8:15 Eastern on ESPN.
Welcome into the ESPN studios. I'm Doug Kazarian. We also want to welcome those watching on ESPN. We're having some technical difficulties out there in Kansas City, so you'll continue to watch SportsCenter until we sort things out for Monday Night Countdown, get you set the table to wrap up Week 4 of the NFL season. Big news in the NBA. This just in, the SportsCenter. LeBron James will sit out the Cavs preseason opener Wednesday night against the Hawks. Remember, he injured his ankle last week in practice. His left ankle has not practiced since. Tyronn Lue saying that he will sit out the preseason opener, but he will be good to go for the regular season opener October 17th, so a couple weeks away. Remember, the Celtics come into town and they face the Cavs and Kyrie Irving against his former squad to tip off the regular season. The WNBA season wraps up Wednesday night, the fifth and final game of the WNBA Finals. Sparks, the defending champs, in a rematch of last year's finals. Lynx trying to get a little revenge and win the title, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. Over 6,000 home runs. That's a Major League Baseball record. Another season with standout rookie performances and in big markets. Dodgers and Indians both with dominant runs, and then the Blue Crew with something we have never seen. All that part of a memorable 2017 baseball season.
Picture in my head. Get up! Get out of here! Eric Fame! Cody Bellinger, you are ridiculous!
Oh my! Put it to orbit!
baseball history. Down goes Pedroia.
I'm still trying to get hit at. Get thrown out of my head. I mean, if you can hit me, go ahead.
I don't want to go on a baseball field and try to fight somebody.
He waits 3 years to get him.
Here we go at home. Romine and Cabrera get into it. Wow.
Come on, y'all. It's time to rise up. Get your hands up.
Oh, my goodness.
Aaron Judge, he is sensational.
Yeah. Joe Cole just keeps on crushing.
Oh, my. Reese Hoskins is automatic.
This is the start of a new day. The good life. Ooh. These are the moments we live for.
No hitter for Alex and Volquez.
These are the moments we live for.
10 strikeout, 300 for Chris Sale.
One of the greatest experiences of my life.
These are the moments we live for.
Hello, Houston. It's good to be home.
This game is for the city.
Appreciative that action was taken.
I'm exercising my right to peacefully protest in this country right now.
Just so many emotions, just trying to soak it all in. My teammates here fought for me.
Breathe it in and out.
Moment like this, you take it with you, for the rest of your life.
It's all about. Yeah, breathe it in.
The best moment in my life.
This is what it's all about.
Ball game history. The Cleveland Indians have set a new American League record.
These are the moments we live for.
Let the celebration begin.
These are the moments we live for.
This is what you dream of. It's been a really, really special year.
The road to the pennant begins right here.
Moments we live for.
Welcome to the postseason.
The playoffs get going tomorrow. Week 4 wrapping up tonight on ESPN in about 15 minutes or so. And also on ESPN2 in Spanish. Chiefs, the lone remaining undefeated team in the NFL, host the Redskins. One loss between these two teams should be a high-scoring one at Arrowhead Stadium. Following that on ESPN, Scott Van Pelt has you covered with SportsCenter at night. One big thing, maybe bad beats tonight. A lot of good stuff coming up. SVP also previewing the baseball postseason. David Ross will join him in studio. All right, here's what's coming up next on ESPN2. For those watching there, we'll have Monday Night Football, Redskins and Chiefs in Spanish. For those watching on ESPN, we'll continue with more SportsCenter. Get you set for kickoff at Arrowhead Stadium. And SportsCenter will also air over on ESPN News. We'll see you there.
This is SportsCenter Live.
Welcome in, brand new live edition of SportsCenter. For those watching on ESPN, we'll get you set for kickoff at Arrowhead Stadium. Chiefs getting set to host the Redskins, and kind of reminds us of that NFL favorite word we always hear, parity. Well, we have the potential tonight of seeing something we've only seen 3 other times. The Chiefs, the NFL's lone remaining undefeated 3-0, and with the loss, it would be just the 4th season, the Super Bowl era, not a single NFL team started the year 4-0. Well, going to have to do that. You're going to have to find a way to stop this guy, Kareem Hunt, filling in for the injured Spencer Ware. The rookie has been so dynamic, big playability, and he is what's really helped the Chiefs start the season with this stunner in New England, and they haven't really looked back. 3-0 to start this year as he leads the NFL in rushing and scrimmage yards. Redskins also have a running back that can make a few plays. Chris Thompson leads the league with over 70 yards after the catch per game. Also leads the team in receiving yards and touchdowns. And the Monday Blues, never been more real for QB Kirk Cousins. 0-4 as a starter on Monday Night Football, tied with Phillip Rivers for the longest active winless streak. For more, let's bring in Lisa Salters to set the table for this showdown.
Hey, Doug. Well, I have some injury updates for both sides, but nothing we didn't anticipate. For the Chiefs, like we thought, linebacker Dee Ford will be out tonight because of a back injury. And on the offensive line, center Mitch Morse will also be down because of a left foot sprain. But the Chief to keep an eye on will be left tackle Eric Fisher, who didn't practice all week because of a back injury, but is going to see if he can give it a go tonight. Washington had several key guys listed as questionable for this game, including wide receiver Jamison Crowder and safety DJ Swear Behringer, who both pulled hamstrings in practice on Thursday. Both of those guys will play. So will running back Robert Kelly and tight end Jordan Reed, who both missed last week because of rib injuries. Now, with those two, head coach Jake Gruden told us it might be a matter of pain tolerance, but again, both of them will be out. Doug?
All right, Lisa, thank you very much. Meanwhile, former Chiefs coach Marty Schottenheimer seems most comfortable on turf, where there's a game to be played. These days, instead of football fields, it's golf courses, and he's pretty good, too. The 74-year-old shot a 73 recently, but away from the fairways and greens lies an opponent former NFL coach can't defeat. Michelle Beisner-Buck has more.
Those two little letters, W-E, we. Those two little letters, U-S, us. They're powerful. They're powerful. Great job. That's it.
Marty Schottenheimer spent 41 years in professional football as a player and a coach. His head coaching stops included Cleveland, Kansas City, Washington, and San Diego. He ranked 7th all-time with 200 regular season wins, and in the 1990s, no head coach won more games than Marty.
There's a gleam, men! There's a gleam! Let's get the gleam, all right? Let's go!
Marty's unforgettable mantras and coaching style left a permanent mark on the game of football. For those that don't know, what is Marty Ball?
Marty Ball. Basically, it is run the ball, don't throw interceptions, don't fumble the ball, and then at the end of the day, if you are able to do those things, you're going to win a bunch of games.
Do you have a favorite game that you coached?
No, I'd be...
Mark, how about the game in Denver with Elway versus Montana, Monday Night Football?
Well, now you're
Oh, you wanna
talking.
talk
Now
about
you're
that?
talking about football.
And Elway had a quarterback rolling, and it's a touchdown. That means the Chiefs have to get into the end zone. It is a touchdown by Davis.
Lord, you can take me now. I've seen it all.
What do you remember about that game?
I'll be honest with you, I don't remember a whole lot about it.
The 2006 season marked Marty's last as an NFL head coach. And as he began settling into retirement, his wife, Pat, began to notice changes in her husband of 50 years.
It came very, very slowly. You know, when you know somebody so well, and you know their habits, and you know what, because they don't know. I think he thought he was just maybe getting older. He'll forget names, he'll forget people, he'll forget where he is. You know, people would get frustrated with him, like, what's wrong with you? Nobody thinking that it was a neurological disease that was coming.
What did the doctor finally tell you you were dealing with?
Alzheimer's is a big word, and I'm a little reluctant to get into that part of it only because I don't know much about it.
What do your days look like?
I might get one cup of coffee in me before I, particularly in Pennsylvania, you know, it's freezing out there in the morning.
Right.
On Sundays, paper, and
Mark, we're not in Pennsylvania anymore. We're in North Carolina, and you haven't been in Pennsylvania for a long, long time.
That's a good point.
So kind of try to stay focused on now.
Okay. That's my girl.
That's your girl.
You
She's
bet.
taking care of you, of course.
Yeah.
We just make life easy for him as best we can. The kids know not to let him out of their sight. If he gets up and saying, you know, I'm going to the men's room, one of the boys would jump up, I'm going with you, Papa. We've just continued to go with him, and the deeper we get into this, the more we all pull together.
What's been the hardest part for you?
Watching him not be able to understand how many people love him and admire him. My part's easy. My part's just loving him and taking care of him. His part is the hard part because he can't do everything the way he used to do it.
You're fighting your ass off. Keep grinding on them. It's one play at a time. When it's over, and go to the next one. It's the only play you can do anything about. One play at a time, one game at a time, one step at a time.
You cannot plan because you don't know what's coming next. So we absolutely live one day at a time.
Life is good. My life is good. I love coaching it. I love football. But they all pale in comparison to the one I love the most. That one. My wife.
And here we are back at Arrowhead Stadium with Michelle Beisner-Buck and another former Chiefs head coach, Herm Edwards. And of course, we do apologize for our technical issues, but especially on a day like today, I think we have a pretty good perspective on what's bad news. But Michelle, I mean, this piece is so beautiful. What kind of things does Pat do for Marty, and how are they approaching it as a family?
Well, you know, Marty is not at a point right now where he needs a 24/7 caregiver. That caregiver is Pat and their family. And so it's little things that they're doing. They've adjusted along the way, and they've adjusted appropriately. But it's simple things that are making a huge difference. For instance, there are labels everywhere. She's got everything labeled in the house. There's a master calendar on the wall so that Marty knows what's next. The closet doors in their bedroom have come off, and the clothes that are in the drawers, she's now put in wire baskets so that he can see where everything is. He wears a tag around his neck so that when he's walking their dog, Phoebe, you know they love their dog.
Yes.
You know her.
Yeah.
That if he does get turned around in their small gated community, he can get home.
The most simple of things. What should people know about Marty as a coach?
Well, I think, you know, when he says one play at a time, one step at a time, you know, that was his mantra. You're talking about a guy that had great recall. He could remember plays. He could remember series of plays, events. And when you watch this piece, for me personally, he no longer has that memory of football. And you think about this man's been in football over 40 years of his life. And the great thing about football, we all understand as former players and former coaches, you reflect on your memories when you can't play or coach anymore. He doesn't have that. And that's what's so sad for me personally watching Marty go through this.
But you know what? He's not frustrated.
No.
He's happy. He's loving. They're good. And it's one day at a time now, and that's the only way they can approach it.
He's had an impact on so many coaches across the league, including defensive coordinator Greg Minuski here with the Redskins tonight, who says more than anything, what he wants to talk about is he was like a father figure to him and just a really great human being. And, of course, Marty Schottenheimer in the Ring of Honor here at Arrowhead Stadium. We'll be back.
Great job.
Monday Night Countdown is served by Applebee's 2 for $20. And in part by Dunkin' Donuts Coffee. Freshly ground, freshly brewed, smooth from first sip to last.
DirecTV has been rated #1 in customer satisfaction over cable for 17 years running. But some people still like cable, just like some people like banging their head on a low ceiling, drinking spoiled milk, camping in poison ivy, getting a paper cut, and having their arm trapped in a vending machine. But for everyone else, there's DirecTV. For #1 rated customer satisfaction over cable, switch to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Come on, man. Is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Previously on Sunday NFL Countdown.
This is like Men's Warehouse? What's going on?
That thing's been in the swamp, but yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Pat McKinley's dreadlocks on eBay for $11,000.
What? This right here is an eyelash that I put in the bag from Super Bowl 42's loss to the Giants.
Wow, Antonio Brown. Where do you get
That's
that,
two
Randy?
touchdown suits. That's a two-touchdown suit. Upset alert.
Hey, now.
In Atlanta. Here come the Bills.
What in the world is happening right now?
Busted.
Don't miss the all-new Sunday NFL Countdown on ESPN.
Game picks are brought to you by Courtyard, the official hotel of the NFL.
The Chiefs Kingdom crowd will no doubt be a big factor tonight, and it's time for our game picks. I think it might be a unanimous choice. Everybody's on the Chiefs, which leaves us more time for Come On Man.
Hey.
And Randy, you're up first.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, this is an interesting Come On Man, but they start me off first. Let's get it started. I'm going to tell you what, last week, Monday Night Football in Arizona, it was Mr. Hasselbeck's birthday. So guess what? We got him cake.
Matt. Thanks, guys.
Matt decided he wanted to smash it in his face. Oh, my God. Ouch. It looked like it hurt, Matt. Let's take another look at it. Let's take another look at it.
I got stabbed, bro.
Matt tried to smash it in his face. He cut his nose wide open. I thought it was his eye. Miss Jess Crash, you do a lot of great things for us, baby. But Jess, come on, man.
All right, a bad week of punting in college football this week. First, ECU. Austin Barnes back to punting. His kick goes off the up back and then out of bounds. But that's not all. Georgia punting at Tennessee. Bill Rubright back to punt. His kick goes off the face mask of a Georgia rusher. Low kick. It gets worse. Miami punting to Duke. Zach Fiegels punts the ball straight up in the air, and the ball bounces out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Hunters. Come on, man.
Hey, man, okay, here we go. Bengals versus the Browns. Take a look at Carl Lawson coming off the edge here on the rush. Great rush. Gets to Deshaun Kaiser, makes the sack, but there's a big collision. All of a sudden, Carl Lawson is running off the field. What is going on? Oh, wait a minute. Look at his mouth, folks. What happened to... Even Vontez Burfict posted the picture on Instagram. Boy, you looking like Romy Roan on Martin. Come on, man.
In London, Dolphins playing the Saints. Jay Cutler breaks the huddle, jogs out to line up at wide receiver. Okay, Jay, let me see what you got. Let me see your route, Jay. Jay Cutler takes the play off. Kind of looks like you, Randy Moss, on those running plays in Minnesota.
We play with
Jay, come on, man.
So we're all on the Chiefs. Everybody doubted the Redskins last week, too, and look what happened. But this Chiefs team is having a ball. We hope you do, too, watching Monday Night Football.
Welcome, everyone, to the ESPN Monday Night Red Carpet Kickoff, engineered by GMC. Tonight from raucous Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, the Washington Redskins take on the Kansas City Chiefs, led by Alex Smith, the veteran quarterback, leading the league in passing through the first 3 weeks of the season, and the sensational rookie running back Kareem Hunt out of the University of Toledo, the league's leading rusher. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Football. I'm Sean McDonough. Delighted to have you with us as we wrap up Week 4. What has been a wild first quarter of this NFL season. At 3-0, the Kansas City Chiefs, the only undefeated team remaining in the league. They made a great opening statement on that